Why nobody says that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why nobody said that? Anya, what? Can you hear me now? So sorry. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Oh, no sound, no sound, no sound. Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me now? Tanya, can you hear me? Oh, can you guys hear me? Oh, sorry. Okay, okay. Let's continue again. Oh, Tanya, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Let's continue with this again. I think it is I'm using two devices. Definitely, I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have been checked more. This is my takeaway. I apologize for this. So let's go back again. So what I was mentioning about the DevOps is something like that. We have to do it's a cultural change, which is like the mentioning, the collaboration, communication, honesty, openness, trust, embrace the failure, no blame, accountability, grassroots innovation, rewarding good behaviors, transparency, tools, and changing is good. Change is good. So those are the DevOps. In a project, the DevOps, quality engineer, software engineer, front end, back end, solution architect, the enterprise architect, they're all part of the development team. But DevOps actually represent the operation team, I mean the business side and the development side. Look at this one. Development team, which is software engineering team, and the quality team and the operation team. And if you look, DevOps are everywhere, means they're center of all three major teams: development team, QA team, and the operation team. Operation team is the team who owns the application after. Operation team is the business team, means business give the requirements to the software development team. They build the application, then this application goes to the business again as a digital version, and then from the business side, the people who maintain this, they are called operation team. So DevOps engineer or the DevOps engineer is part of the quality development and operation. Let's go back to the DevOps. If you look, DevOps in the middle of the both parties, in the business and the development team. It means once a developer, the development team is developing, and the DevOps team is building the whole infrastructure behind the scene, and the testing team is testing, developer is developing, DevOps engineer is building the infrastructure, testing team is testing, then it goes to the production. The infrastructure building means development, the staging, the test environment, and the production. So in this, it can be like the multiple server, it can be 2,000 server, it can be 1,000 server, it depends. And the services, applications, databases, the cloud-based solutions, non-cloud-based solutions, mostly DevOps engineer works on the cloud natives. Cloud natives means the whole application will be deployed on the cloud. A cloud means the large data center, the many companies developed, and any company can go and use them and the pay whatever they use. Pay as they go. Again, the cloud platform is nothing but like a 7-star hotels that we can just simply go and live there. And as long as we live there, we just can pay them, we are done. Means we are not getting married with the cloud. We can come out from the cloud, and that cloud solution has everything you can imagine. Means your server, your application, your monitoring, everything is there. So DevOps engineer work in the cloud solution mostly. DevOps tools are huge. DevOps engineer use a lot of tools. However, these tools, let's say an example, it's like the vehicle. A car company, there are so many car companies, right? The DevOps tools are like this, okay? It means that there is multiple companies, or so many companies produce the same tools. Of course, every tools has the pros and cons. Every tools has some benefits, some advantages, some disadvantages. A DevOps engineer, once you become a DevOps engineer, once you learn one tool, you will be able to execute, or you'll be able to use other tools. So become a QA engineer and the DevOps engineer is a major differences. The QA engineer, the work on the front end mostly, like they ensure the quality. Back in the day, 5 years ago, they mostly use the web testing, web-based testing, means the automation of the manual. Nowadays, they do the mobile testing and the web-based testing. Nowadays, they even do more in the API testing, and then the web-based testing and the mobile testing. Nowadays, like the software development, actually everything is started with the API. In the RESTful API, the built against the business requirements, developer write the code, and this code need to go to the GitHub for the code repository. Then this code need to go to the Jenkins as a CI/CD pipeline, and this code need to go to the environment, which is production, staging, beta, development. The whole thing is responsibility is the DevOps engineer. Developer write the code. DevOps engineer create the pipeline from the development computer to the GitHub, from the GitHub to the Jenkins, from the Jenkins to the environment. This is the whole process is called the pipeline. It means it's fully automated process. That's one major responsibility done by the DevOps engineer. DevOps engineer job is like a build the automation. Automation means infrastructure automation. If you need to build like the 300 the server, DevOps engineer use the automated tool to build 300 server faster. DevOps engineer is responsible for the deployment. Means code needs to be deployed. Means code need to be pushed. Code need to be stored in a computer, in a server, and all the application need to be installed. And this code need to be accessible by the clients, which is your like the mobile user or the web application user, means your end client. So the whole process are done by the DevOps engineer, not done by the developer, not done by the QA, not done by the application developer, nobody. It's a DevOps engineer job. QA engineer job is testing, means the same requirements, the what developer write the code, the same requirements, QA engineer will go through the testing. They have a testing lifecycle. They understand the requirements. They do the manual testing. They create their test cases. They do the positive testing, negative testing, and they review their testing. They find the bug. They create the bug. The team fix the bug. They do the retesting. They do the automation testing, and they also use the same GitHub. DevOps engineer create the pipeline. They use the same CI/CD pipeline, the Jenkins. The DevOps engineer create those pipeline, because the DevOps engineer responsible for those tools, the creating and maintaining, and the quality engineer actually use those tools to become like the CI/CD pipeline. Means once a developer push the code and the QA add their testing, and they get married. Married means I shouldn't say the married. They actually hit one another. Means developer write the code, Q will test the code. If the code is failure, the code will go back to the development environment. If code is passed, the code will go to the test environment or the beta environment. And if the release team, they give the permission, or release team review the process, and it goes to the production. The whole life cycle you can do manually. It's called the manual deployment, which is one of the most unproductive, inefficient, time-consuming, and the very, very bad for the agile Scrum environment. And in fact, the people who gets the most timing is the most less timing, which is QA. But when you DevOps engineer in the team, and they do the whole automation pipeline, and it's become the much better for the QA to engage in the testing right away, as soon as possible, and they can do a lot of testing faster. one of the challenges in the Agile Scrum methodology, if there is no DevOps engineer, if there is no automated the code deployment, the CI/CD pipeline, it's a challenging for the QA team. They are not, they cannot become productive. They cannot do the much testing. It is a challenge for them. DevOps engineer fills that gap. For American culture, every company is a big company. Every company is more than capable to handle a DevOps, to have a DevOps engineer. Not on the DevOps engineer is not a one person, it's a team. In an IT team, there is a lots of team. There is a support team, there is a database team, there is a software engineering team, there is a mobile app team, Android, there is a mobile engineering team for the iOS, there is a quality engineer mobile app, there is a quality engineer for the web application, there is a quality engineer for the API, there is a database team, there is the enterprise architecture team, there is a solutions architecture team, there is a release management team, there is a code deployment team, there is like a center of excellence team. There is lots of them. Oh, there is an operation team, there is a network team, there is a desktop team, there is a support team. That's the team of the IT. So in American culture, every company, wherever you see the 10,000 employee, 20,000 employee, their IT size is 2,000. Minimum 1,000 to 2,000. And then you are part of the IT. So DevOps engineer works with the system engineer, network engineer, the solutions architect, enterprise architect. As per the positions, if somebody, which goes, both position is part of the software engineering team. Let me see. Let me see if there is any question. If you guys any question, let's see. Oh my gosh, let me see. Is there any question now? Let's see. It's good. Okay, good. Okay, so now the good part. Who I recommend? Any question? Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. Who I recommend become a DevOps engineer? Who I recommend become a quality engineer? Basically, I recommend in two ways. If somebody work in the IT, they can be DevOps engineer right away. If somebody never work in the IT, but they have a high level energy, they have a strong dedication, they have a good, like the focus, and they're fully determined, whatever it takes, how long it takes, I will be a one. Yes, I approve them. But, and again, the both positions are software development team. So now who can be quality engineer? No IT background, they want to get into the IT, and they can be silos sometimes. Many companies QA, they can just work their own. They don't need to talk to many people. Many companies, but you expect to become a good communication skills. Many companies, if you are not the senior QA, you do not need to do the much collaboration. You do not need to lead this. DevOps engineer has to do that. That's part of their job. QA engineer, you can do the less coding. DevOps engineer, they do not have the coding really. They actually deal with the troubleshooting more. They troubleshoot the infrastructure more than they do the coding. They don't do the coding. They build the code developed by the software engineer. Build the code means if a code is built, developed by the Node.js, the DevOps engineer need to build Node.js, the server. If a application is built with the developed by the Python, DevOps engineer need to build the Python environment, means Python, the server. So build is responsibility of a DevOps engineer. The code writing is responsibility of the software engineer. Testing responsibility goes to the quality engineer. If somebody is fully determined, then the focus and then have a mindset, no matter what it takes to be, they can be DevOps engineer. The roadmap for the DevOps engineer roadmap is much better than the quality engineer. Why? Of course, it does not mean you can be the DevOps engineer. If you do not have the mindset, if you do not have a strong culturally American culturally fit, if you do not have the good communication skills like the verbal and the speaking, verbal and the written, you will be already have a challenge to become a DevOps engineer, because DevOps engineer, as we check the, let me stop the, as you check this, the one DevOps engineer have those mindset. if you do not have those mindset, of course, then you will not be able to, you have the tools and this mindset, then you can be DevOps engineer. Of course, if you become a QA engineer, if you have this mindset, you can be DevOps engineer. Or those mindset can be, some of the mindset is not easy because if you are not good at English communication, it will become difficult for you to communicate with the large audience. It will be difficult for you to send an email with right explanation and putting the right screenshot what happened. It will be difficult. But as a QA engineer, you do not need to. What is the roadmap? Right after the quality engineer, your best roadmap, as I'm telling you from the long time experience, your best bet will be go to the DevOps engineer, because you'll be grabbing things faster, you'll be understanding things faster, your job will be much stable, much sustainable, and the salary you'll be earning much better than QA job. Again, start with the QA if you do not have any IT background, means zero. And you'll be learning and doing it because their working style is way different than one another. Once you become a QA engineer, once you complete the QA program, once you do the DevOps engineer, you will just grow from the DevOps engineer. You do not need to choose any other road career path. You don't need to. You do not need to, because DevOps engineer has some excellent tools, and those tools you can use like as many years as you want, as many days as you want, and those are the like industry leading tools. Again, start with instead of whatever you are doing now, you can become a quality engineer, and then have a mindset that in 1 year you need to go to the DevOps engineer. And the number one mindset, never give up. Number two mindset, there is nothing to lose. Number three is make it happen no matter what it takes. You will become a DevOps engineer. Again, for the starting with the QA, then go to the DevOps engineer. From the DevOps engineer, you can be solutions architect. You can be like a DevOps architect. You can be principal DevOps engineer. You can be specific like the AWS cloud DevOps engineer. You can be a Azure cloud DevOps engineer. You can be Alibaba, like the China DevOps engineer. You can be the GCP, Google Cloud DevOps engineer. Again, quality engineer the same. They do the same thing. But those platform has their own platform, their own tools. They are the similar tools, but you will have the more options to grow. You do not need to look for any other career rest of your life. You will have the enough time to grow, to learn, to make money, and job sustainability is much, much better. But if you never work in the IT, you should never come to the DevOps engineer. Means, and of course, then you do not have the communication skills. You do not have a business skills. One of the things become a DevOps engineer, you need to have a business skills. Means you need to have a leading skills. You can talk in front of the people. You can present in front of the people. Those skills you need to have as a DevOps engineer. So those are the things I wanted to clear. As a tech software, we provide both. And our stack is very clear for both. The people who will be quality engineer transformation through us, they can be DevOps engineer. They will be qualified for the DevOps engineer, because the people who go through our transformation program, they actually learn from the scratch. Not everybody can learn everything equally. It takes time for people. Sometimes it is faster. Some people learn, but the overall, again, I can guarantee you from my experience, the DevOps engineer is not the coding. You will learn the scripting. It is like you do, and the scripting are available through our program. You'll get everything you need, and you start with the basic. You go advanced. Once you join a job, and you'll be growing faster. And our supporting is available for each of our program. So that's about the DevOps and the QA roles and responsibility. I am so very sorry that I was not able to do the. My mistake was I did not check my sound. I apologize for this. I will make sure next time before I start, I will make sure I check my volume. And also today I had issues with my computer again. I thought 5 minutes should be enough. I did not have enough time. I just rushed a little bit. Again, a rush did not help me. It actually caused the issues, and that's the reason I do not prefer anybody to rush do anything else. It caused the issue. Again, I'm sorry, and thank you for your time. And you guys can ask more question. Definitely, I just wanted to get out my chest about the both positions. And you guys have a wonderful night. And thank you very much. Minimum 1,000 and you. Okay, so